Guys, be sure to stick around to the end of the video because there are going to be some wild and crazy things that happen. Let's get into this. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm David and I like to review tech products. A lot of times I do graphics cards and sometimes processors. And today I've got an interesting one for you. Do me a favor real quick. Close your eyes. Did you do it? Just for a second here, picture with me a time where RAM prices haven't tripled, SSDs aren't doubled, and to get the best graphics card, you're not paying $3,000 or even $2,000. You're paying $999. That time did exist, and that was 10 or 11 years ago, basically, in a day. And that card was the GeForce Titan X. This card was released in 2015, and it cost $999. Do you guys hear me? $999. Imagine if the 5090 today came out and it was $1,000, not $2,000 or $3,000. This card came out with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Most cards these days are still at 8 gigabytes. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take this card right here, the GeForce Titan X, and compare it to, hold on here, wait with me, the build up, the GeForce RTX 5070. Now this card retails for, you can get some of them these days for about $490, $480 to $600 depending on the model, maybe a little higher, a little less. Also has 12 gigabytes of VRAM. So our goal of this video is we are going to put these two cards up against each other in some modern games and compare the two head to head to decide, is this card, the Titan X, still solid? If you found one of these for $175 to $400, is it worth picking up? Does it compete with an RTX 5070? I guess we're gonna find out. And a quick shout out to Sanford Business Experts for sponsoring this video. More on that later. Also, if this video does happen to get to, let's just say 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments, if you guys tell me what you enjoyed about the video, if you found it informative, I will go through and find someone in the comments and give this card away. So be sure to leave a comment. Let's jump into the tests. All right, guys, so we have the Titan X first, and it turns out I was not aware we actually have the better version, which is $1,200. So be sure to leave a like and comment, because I will, like I said, go through and find someone and just give this card away. Anyway, we have Fortnite loaded up. We're on a 1440p monitor with 165 hertz refresh rate, so this card should have no problem with that. As you can see, so we've got all of the information up in the top left. The FPS, I really don't know what LIM temperature means. Does that mean we're overheating the card? My cooling system might not be adequate, so I might have to pull this thing out. I don't want to, this is my primary computer. This is what I use for work and all that other stuff. Are we still running hot? Yeah, we're still getting the, so I think that it's possible that I don't have adequate cooling for this. So if we are actually giving this graphics card away, you guys need to have a really good PC cooling system because we are getting thermal throttled like crazy here. All right, you guys, so I could not find a way to get it to cool down. So I went with the best thing I could think of, and that's literally just put a fan there. I hope it's not too disturbing in the recording here. I did look it up online. This GPU, which is wild to me, is capable of hitting temperatures of 85 degrees comfortably. So that is also how I felt. I had a 1080 in 2015, or maybe it was 16, I built a PC with a 1080 in it, and I had to do the same thing. Like, I literally had to take the side case off just like I've done now, and it was ridiculous. So we're gonna play a little bit of this. We'll jump into the other games. I'm not trying to blow up my PC. I decided to go ahead and change the rendering mode on this to Legacy, and we jumped up massive amounts of frames here. So I'm gonna attempt to drop in, even on the loading screen here. I know it says we're getting the temperature throttled or whatever, but we're still not hitting above 85, and the FPS has gone up quite a bit. I think we were sitting at like 80 to 100 before, and now we're at 175. So I've noticed less stuttering. It's been much faster. On Legacy mode, this might not be bad. This might not be bad. It's still far too hot. And I know that's like kind of how these cards run. That's just what they do, but it's too hot, man. Let's just go ahead and grab this chest and look at our FPS. So above 200 at the moment. Yeah, so we're still sitting at 200 FPS. I'm not noticing any more like latency at this point. Obviously the temperatures are the fan is really annoying. Not much I can do about that, but this isn't unbearable. So yeah, I feel comfortable there. I think we can probably go ahead and get into the next game. All right, guys, we are in Spider-Man 2 now. I'm gonna show you the settings that we're running real quick. So we have it on 1440p. This card could handle that back in the day. This is pushing it a little bit, but anyway. We do not have any frame generation on. We're running everything on medium. So let's just go ahead and jump around, get some swinging in. Again, I have to keep the fan on there because I'm really scared that it's just gonna overheat and cause my computer to blow up. So we're sitting somewhere around 50 to 40 FPS. So just to give you guys an idea, I did just do a video on an RTX 3050. I ran Spider-Man on that as well, and this is about the same performance that we got on the RTX 3050. So even then, this card is six or 7 years older than the RTX 3050, and it's still putting up about similar numbers. So cool. I feel like that's probably good enough. You guys can kind of see the visual quality here. I don't think it looks amazing, but for a card that's, you know, 11 years old at this point, on one of the worst optimized games ever, whatever. All right, so if you guys have made it this far, you have seen the ridiculousness that it took to cool off that Titan X, and at that point, I just decided that it wasn't worth continuing to run the risk of like frying my PC, and I found out whenever I was trying to watch the footage recorded on the screen here on the computer, all of it was corrupted. And then I plugged into the 5070 and it worked. So guys, I'm just gonna do a very brief amount here on the 5070 so you can see that this is going to smoke it. We're on the same exact settings. We're on DirectX, we're on Fortnite here. This is the 5070. You can see here, we're running above 200 FPS. And I think at this point, I've potentially damaged my PC. Trying to use that Titan X, but it's okay. So we're at 250, 220. You guys can see here, 200 FPS. We're sitting at a comfortable 57 degrees. Anyway, a 10-year time frame is just ridiculous. We are getting way more FPS. It's running way cooler. I'm not worried about exploding my computer. I'll jump into Spider-Man 2 just so you guys can see that really quick, but it's not even gonna be a competition. All right, we are in Spider-Man now. Let me show you the graphics we're running. We are on a 1440p, 165 hertz refresh rate monitor, running 1440. We are running, everything is on medium. I could definitely run this a lot higher, but you are seeing here 140 FPS. This is 100, we're dropping down some, but this visually looks so much better. It's significantly smoother, it runs a lot cleaner. So big thing to think about is like, this is a very unoptimized game. However, both cards are running on 12 gigabytes of VRAM, which is a big concern for people, but this is just superior. It's not even a close competition. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here and show you guys my final thoughts, get everything out there, and then we'll say goodbye. So here we are. We have tested this Titan X, which was once a $1,200 card, and we put it through the ringer and we found out, man, old cards run really hot. We literally had to use a fan just to keep this thing from blowing my computer up, and who knows if it caused permanent damage. Now, I am a man of my word. If you guys do leave 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments, I will go through and pick someone in there to give this away to, because it's still a good card. You can run not as modern games. I was also running recording software on there too. So like this ran everything. It ran Spider-Man, it ran Fortnite, I loaded up Black Myth Wukong. I just didn't show you guys. So like it's still a card, but if I had to go out and pick something up for $175 to $300, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I did a video just before this where I tested a 3050. I'd pick the 3050 before I'd pick this used Titan X. And that's because this is 11 years old. That's just too old. And I want to leave you with my very final thoughts. New is just better. Newer is better. If you can find something within the last 5 years, even a 1660 Super It's just more stable than this. It didn't have nearly the power draw. This thing is just a massive brick. You saw when I was running the 5070 that it ran 30 degrees, basically 27 to 30 degrees cooler than this card. So, you know, even if you found this for $175, you're just gonna have to spend so much money to get it cooled in your system. Otherwise, it's just gonna explode. Maybe, I don't know. But all of that to say, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It has brought you some entertainment, maybe some knowledge, who knows? I might be just making stuff up. I will give this card away. You can sell it, you can use it, you can do whatever you want to it, as long as we get to 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments. Also, back to the sponsor of the video, Sanford Business Experts is a company that I own. They help us get all of the equipment that we use, so please check them out. We handle recruiting and hiring, so if you have needs for project managers, if you have a need for a software engineer, if you have a need for an electrician, check out the link in the description below. It'll take you to my website. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I will catch you in the next video.